Hey, what's up? Welcome back. Today I've got the plan with me for the week of July 5th through the 11th using the Amusement Park kit by SPC. I decided to dial it back a bit with the foil since I'd gone fully rogue on all of my summer spreads up to this point. Okay, I mean, this spread is still foiled to the gods, but I kept it simple with just sticking to hollow. The underlays are from Plannahannah, and everything else is a mix of Plannahannah, Planner Choco, and SPC for the base. So this was one of my favorite weeks of the whole summer. Like, I didn't really do anything, but it was a fun week. Like, my entire personality is loving soccer and Big Brother more than life itself, and also being a lifelong emo kid. And there was a lot of all three of those things this week. There was the Hell is Real Derby, which y'all know I'm about to get way too in depth about. The Euros ended. RIP England. Sorry that it didn't come home. We were we were rooting for you, bud. Well, I mean, I actively root against Italy regardless of who they're playing, but it's time for England to raise a trophy, and it sucks that they didn't get to. Anyway, there was also the Big Brother 23 premiere, and then the main released their new album, which is obviously incredible because they never miss. So yeah, it was all of my fave things, and I was just in such a good mood that whole week, and work was a breeze. The call volume was extra low, and no one was being a little shit, so it was just good vibes all around. So, anyway, I'm gonna blab about Hell is Real for a few minutes because it was just such a fucking good match, and I'm literally never getting over it, so feel free to mute me, but I just need to talk to someone about it, you know? So, the backstory is the Hell is Real Derby is our rivalry with FC Cincinnati. And if you're not from Ohio and are like, oh, why the fuck is it called Hell is Real? Basically, there's this billboard that says Hell is Real on the highway between Columbus and Cincinnati, and it's iconic, and it's become kind of like a real life meme, I guess you could say. And then because soccer fans are the way we are, we just ran with it. But it's just such a fun rivalry. Like, it's heated as fuck. I mean, it's fuck FC Cincinnati all day, every day, but like in a fun way. It's like a fun aggressive, not an aggressive, like the US, Mexico, or Ohio State, Michigan rivalries. People say it's like a big brother, little brother rivalry, and both cities think they're the big brother, but like FC Cincy has been in MLS for 3 whole seasons, so like I don't know in what world they're the older brothers, but whatever, they can think that if they want to, I guess. But they're our closest and most heated rivals, so the Hell is Real Derby are the matches of the season. They're just so fucking entertaining and chaotic. They're chippy. It's just so fucking fun. Basically, it's everything a rivalry should be, and it's just premium MLS every time. But anyway, in this particular match, fucking Cincinnati scored 2 early goals, and then one of our guys got red carded and sent off in the first half. So we were going to be down a man the entire second half. And we were all like, damn, hell really is real, and we're in it, baby. And then in the first half stoppage time, fucking Zelarayan scored an absolute banger from 30 yards out. the Cincinnati keeper didn't even move. Like, he just turned his head as the ball sailed past him to the back of the net. It was a gorgeous goal. Like, I seriously can't believe we have Zella. Like, that dude is just next level unreal. And then in the second half, Miguel Berry was subbed in, and not to be dramatic, but a Columbus Crew club legend was born. I just love him so much. He's so good. Like, I can't handle it. And I can't wait for him to get called up to the national team. I feel like it's inevitable at this point. Like, he's just so good. But this was the first time he got real regular season MLS minutes, and in those 40 minutes and with one goal, he solidified his place in Columbus Crew lore. To walk away with a tie after being down two and down a man on the road was just unreal. And y'all know soccer fans are a little dramatic. So we were having a collective freak out about it. We were out here in these internet streets calling him the king of hell and saying Miguel is real with our entire chest. We were making memes, just doing the absolute most. At one point, I photoshopped his face onto Lil Nas X's body in the Call Me By Your Name video. Someone requested that he be photoshopped on the Oops All Berries Captain Crunch box, so I did that. It was just pure mayhem and chaos that night. But nights like that are why I love this community so much. Ugh, it was so fun. And what he did in the Hell is Real home match was even more unreal, but that's a different story for a different day. And I promise it'll be shorter. So, anyway, that's that on that. And this is me putting in the wrong work schedule for that week. Luckily, though, I realized my mistake before it was too late to fix it. But yeah, I had that Monday off because that's when my work observed the 4th of July this year. So I was still at Sarah's and we tried to get McDonald's breakfast, but that was a debacle because everything in my life is. But I guess their breakfast time ends earlier than what it says online. So the person was like, we can do hash browns, but that's it. So we were like, cool, whatever. And then the manager cussed them out for selling us hash browns at that time. So yikes, sorry to that person. But then after that, we went swimming and lounged around. And then Michelle dipped out early because she had a midday booty call, apparently. So cool, good for her. Then the rest of us just played games for a while. And then Impulse decided we needed food from this one place immediately. And you guessed it, it did in fact turn into a debacle. We checked online to make sure it was open because it's like a 30-40 minute drive. And we got there and it no longer exists. So, RIP. So then we played games for a bit more before I left. And then I grabbed Dunkies before hitting the road. And then I did absolutely nothing when I got home other than bother soda pop and watch YouTube. And then Tuesday was the Euros semifinal match between Italy and Spain. Italy rudely won in the penalty shootout because of fucking course they did. So then after that match, I did all my account follow-ups and had a meeting. And then after work, I did laundry and listened to And That's Why We Drink and just had a chill self-care night because the weekend was chaotic and I just needed time to decompress. So Wednesday was the semifinal match between Italy and Denmark. So of course watched that during work. And then I took a half day of PTO because it was the Big Brother 23 premiere and I am unhinged. So the Big Brother premiere is like my first Christmas of the year. So we got Donato's to eat during the premiere because A, it slaps, and B, it was across the street from my brother's house, so there was like minimal effort in getting it. And then after the premiere, we did the familial fantasy draft as per tradition. And then I spent the rest of the night watching the live feeds because they had a live move in again this year and night one feeds, and early season feeds are just fun, you know? So then Thursday was so slow at work. I took maybe like 15 calls, so less than two per hour. So obviously, I did nothing but watch the feeds and organize my stickers. And I'd coerced my friend, Miguel, not Barry, to clarify, into watching Big Brother for the first time this season. So we did our draft that day. And not to toot my own horn, but that was my personal best draft of all time. I picked all of the cookout plus DX and Claire, so I kind of killed it. Very proud of myself on that one. And then I just listened to Scam Goddess and had a chill evening. And then Friday, the soccer gods were on my side, and my shift got cut like 30 minutes in. I mean, if I hadn't gotten cut, I would have just watched between calls on my laptop, but that's not as fun, you know? And Hell is Real is something that you want to fully immerse yourself in. So I'm glad that I was able to. And you know what? The soccer community is just so much fun to be a part of. And I just spent all night making memes and shooting the shit with people on crew Twitter and the subreddit and the Discord and all of that stuff. We were so hyped and we were riding that very high. Like, I dead ass did not go to sleep until 9 a.m. Don't ask. And then, of course, I was in the live feeds mix all night because, again, there's just nothing like early season feeds. They're just so much fun. But yeah, I did that. And then I also was bopping the Main's new album that they dropped that day on repeat. Ugh, it's so good. I just love them so much. 8123 for life. But yeah, so on Saturday, obviously, I slept a little later than normal. And then I got groceries and Dunkin'. And then I did absolutely nothing but lounge and watch the feeds and live my best lazy day life. Oh, and Michelle and I also did our fantasy draft that day because she didn't have a chance to watch the premiere before then. But yeah, not to toot my own horn again, but I killed that draft too. Like, my rosters this season were just unreal, like across the board. But yeah, still undefeated, like 7 years in. And then Sunday was one of the slowest days I've had in the 5 years that I've been on this team. I checked my stats and I only had 45 minutes of call time my entire shift. Like, I was able to watch the entire Euros final without getting one single call. Still mad about the results, but whatever. And that day was glamageddon, for lack of a better word. I'm not going to get into all of it because y'all know what happened and y'all know the ongoing issues, but because work was so slow, I absolutely had time that day, and I was an unhinged menace on Instagram with all the memes I was making. I just couldn't stop. And all of y'all were in my DMs encouraging me. And to that, I say thank you for thinking I'm funny, but also don't encourage my belligerence. So yeah. Then I did some planning and watched the actual episode of Big Brother and then watched more feeds. So yeah, that was my entire week. Not that exciting, but still exciting for me personally. But yeah, thanks for hanging out today. Hope you enjoyed and hope to see you in the next one. Later.